Hello. Log one. I'm here to. How you guys doing? Just do my thing. I'm here to react to Stephen Fry's roast of 2024. This will be spectacular. Let's check it out.
Bring up the stage, Stephen Fry!
All opinions stated are purely comedic in nature and should not be taken seriously. But we will take it seriously, Stevie Wonder.
You filming now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't have to say sir in front of these. We're cool, we're chill, man. Hello and welcome to the Roast of 2024 live! Yeah!
Oh, wow!
That's right. We've got a live audience, so you'll know when to laugh now, won't you? Stupid fucking viewers. As usual during the roast, I'll be giving money to charity.
Fuck you too, Stevie.
I'm good like that, alright?
Yeah.
Every time I tell a bad joke, I will put money into this bucket for a children's hospice. So if I'm dying, hopefully they're not.
Not already. Quiet
Hands, Max, quiet hands. I'll get it rolling with that. £2. Let's begin. 2024. At the start of the year, Rishi Sunak was Prime Minister, Joe Biden was President, and brain rot was just what me and the nurses called Michael Schumacher. It's for the kids, not you, Michael. January! Thank you. The year began with the birth of dart sensation Luke Littler. It was big news when the unseeded 16-year-old made it to the World Championship final. Whoop-de-doo, mate. Try being a... Try being a comedian. Try being a 23-year-old virgin. I go past a semi-seam and Nan's bra on the washing line. Talk about finishing double tops. Know one again?
No.
After 6 months, Jordan Henderson swapped the Saudi league for the Dutch one, as he went from Ajax heads to just Ajax.
A lot of the jokes I'm not really gonna understand. I don't follow soccer and football, and I don't follow a lot of their politics. Just most of the sidemen usually just talks about it now and then, but not all the time.
Elsewhere, Jeffrey Epstein's associates were revealed in court documents from a 2015 trial. The usual suspects, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew were on there. But more surprisingly, so was Stephen Hawking. Strange! I thought the only thing disabled on the island was the CCTV. Elon Musk's company Neuralink implanted a brain computer into someone's head. Jamie Oliver was very outspoken about it, saying, "Putting chips in our body is very harmful." Instead, I recommend trying my new honey roasted parsnips. Let's just get this over the way now. That's done. February. At the beginning of February, King Charles was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The poor bloke was really struggling to digest things like bread, soup, and his son marrying a black woman. Prince Andrew also felt a lump, but sadly he was just watching Cheaper by the Dozen. Like Theo Baker's botched hair transplant, the UK entered a recession again.
Theo Baker had a hair transplant? Doesn't look like it. Holy crap.
And to make matters worse, Rishi Sunak wanted to introduce national service with 18-year-olds doing a year of training in the army. Hey Rishi, if you want to see teenage privates, just ask Hugh Edwards. Got his ass, man. After Kansas City won the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce shared a passionate kiss on the field. A pop star hadn't had this much fun with a tight end since the days of Michael Jackson sleepovers. March, anyone? March! And not because it looks like a rally in here. In March, there were some serious allegations about P. Diddy, or as he's now known, P. Didn't Diddy. Producer Lil Rod accused him of groping him, forcing him to engage in sexual acts, and spiking guests in his home, including underage girls. It's absolutely shocking, isn't it? Awful. The mind boggles, it really does. Why would you call yourself Producer Little Rod? Well, are you a garden gnome? Or a flasher with a micro penis? I don't know why I looked at you when I said that.
I'm not a producer.
Meanwhile, in Glasgow, a Willy Wonka experience made headlines for their shambolic attempt at creating an event. Visitors had paid good money, but were met with shoddy design, cheap props, and out-of-work actors. After a Photoshop scandal, there were rumours Kate Middleton was possibly missing, although she'd had a BBL. It turns out she was actually being treated for cancer. Another one? What's happened to the royal family? Used to be the Tudors, not the Tumours. Yeah. Used to chop off heads, not uneven moles. Get a grip. Prince Andrew also noticed a swelling, but sadly he was just watching the second half of Benjamin Button. Yeah. April. Nice, God, they're good. In April, O.J. Simpson died. The NFL Hall of Famer was most famous for the time he destroyed the Browns by killing their beloved Nicole. That's a clever joke. It went over their heads. Google it. It's good. Her name was Nicole Brown. Not yet. The baby...
Hold on. Okay, lovely stuff. Good one. I almost called you Tony now, Stephen.
The Reindeer series was a massive hit on Netflix. The show was about a struggling... The Baby Reindeer series was a massive hit on Netflix. The show was about a struggling comedian who always has a big boned head case lurker behind him. Sounds familiar?
One joke.
And after 352 days, the hardest geezer finally finished travelling the length of Africa. A runner hadn't been this exhausted since Philip Schofield discovered Viagra. Yeah. Losing energy, aren't they? In May, there was rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Kendrick alleged Drake was a paedophile, saying, "Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor." It was a bit similar to the joke I did about Vicstar, actually. Yeah, a bit too similar for my liking, Kenny. And if there's one thing that's worse than a paedophile, it's a joke thief. Am I right, guys?
I agree.
Here are some of the jokes you could have had. Spitting a verse isn't the only time Drake nails a tight 16. Drake's the type of guy to message underage girls and blame it on his ghostwriter. It's light-hearted, that one, isn't it, really?
That's a good one.
Alleged comedian and sex offender Russell Brand was baptised in the River Thames to repent for his sins. Mind you, Jesus was nailed without consent. Now he's going to forgive you, you twat. And lastly, Donald Trump was found guilty of falsifying documents to conceal hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. Amateur. I found the best way to keep a woman quiet during sex is by mistaking her belly button for a clitoris. Works every time. Yeah, we're back to form there. Justin Timberlake was caught drink driving. But on the plus side, his breathalyzer was the highest he'd charted for 15 years. Jay Slater went missing after getting lost in Tenerife. Jay Slater went missing after getting lost in Tenerife. There wasn't much sympathy for Jay, as his history was about as good as his geography. He was found 29 days later, looking like something from 28 days later. The Hawk Tour girl went viral after saying she spits on a penis before a blowjob. She now has a sponsored podcast and over 2.6 million followers on Instagram. I mean, what's the point, really? I spend weeks writing this shit, and I could just go out there and say I gob and a knob and do better.
Or spit on a clip.
If you ever take me on Instagram. Another video went viral when a female police officer was caught having sex with an inmate in Wandsworth Prison. If she wanted to have sex within cells, then she could have fucked one of you lot. July! Yes! In July, a gunman tried to kill Donald Trump during a campaign speech, but hit him in the ear. It was the worst shot during a rally I'd ever seen, and I've lost a banter match to a female dwarf. She was good.
Yeah.
Joe Biden pulled out of the presidential election and was replaced by Kamala Harris. You can't replace an old white man with a black woman like it's some sort of Boots Christmas advert. England went into the Euros as favourites, but lost in the final to Spain. Many believe the man in charge was too conservative and didn't have an answer to the opposition's left wing. Satire, get ready for this. Speaking of which, Labour won the general election. Beautiful transition there, wasn't it?
Lovely.
Thanks, man.
Lovely.
Yeah, enough. Just like millions of homes in the UK over the last decade, the Tories were out of power. And good riddance. Just this year, they tried to make rough sleeping a finable offence, which is crazy, because lying in public is all those do. Nailed it. At the Olympics in Paris, there was controversy in the women's boxing after two fighters had high levels of testosterone. And since when did boxing care about chromosomes? Tommy Fury has an extra one and he's still allowed to fight. Nice. In August, there were far-right riots in Liverpool after a tragedy in Southport. For me, it was really sad to see. I mean, my nan was Scouse and she wasn't racist, but she was a real grammar Nazi. And by that, I mean she put a question mark after Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter? I like it.
Naughty nan. Tommy Fury lost a split decision when Molly May broke up with him for cheating on her. If only he pulled out as strangers like he did fights, then we wouldn't have this mess on our hands. Or lower back or chin. I don't know where the guy finishes. Jermaine Genius was sacked by the BBC for sexting female colleagues. He was just trying to secure that coin purse. And former England boss Steve McLaren was named the new manager of Jamaica. In his first press conference he said... They are Stephen Trice fans. You know where that's going. Rah. Our team will play 4-3-3 with wings as tasty as the jerk chicken me mother makes. But for the bad-minded blood carts out there, they want a little more respect for what I've done in this game. World Cup soon come. Too much for the cheesemonger. Not mature enough. In September, Hugh Edwards was spared jail despite being found guilty of making indecent images of children. And the only time he wasn't looking at 5 to 7 years was when he got sentenced. P. Diddy's house was raided and they found thousands of dildos and bottles of lube. There was that much oil there, of course American forces were going to invade. Early 2007.
I went too heavy-handed there, mate.
No, you got that.
It's all right, I've got it.
Diddy was charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. Sex traffic? Talk about honk if you're horny. Guess which joke was wrote at 1 p.m. today? Phil Schofield returned to TV with a documentary about him going on holiday to an island. The show was called 15-Year-Old Son, Sex and Suspicious Parents. YouTubers Mr. Beast, Logan Paul and KSI... Oh, you haven't missed much, man. You'll love it. You'll love this one. It's cheese-based. YouTubers Mr. Beast, Logan Paul and KSI were criticised for their new food product, Lunchly, with some boxes containing mould. A couple of cheesy crackers and something past the best. Yeah, that sums those three up perfectly. Got their ass. Sorry, continue to do this too much. Elsewhere, young Philly was charged in Australia over sexual assault allegations. If guilty, it would be the first time he completes a sentence that wasn't repeating what Chunk said.
No! No!
Talking about a
No!
repeat offender, am I right?
No!
Lily Phillips slept with 100 men in a day. Am I right? Lily Phillips slept with 100 men in a day. In a documentary, it was revealed Lily has 9 members of staff. Well, she better get used to having AIDS around. And lastly, former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein was diagnosed with cancer.
Good.
But the good news for him is that he's set to star in the blockbuster Tumor vs Predator. You also could have had Finding Chemo or Forest Lump. So. Yeah. In November, Trump was elected as the 47th President of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Sex offender hadn't received that many votes since Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or. Although Kamala Harris had lost, she received kind words from Joe Biden, who said, "Runner-up in the election isn't bad for a DJ from Scotland." Calvin Harris, that's what I'm getting at there. Shit. He's old, he doesn't know what he's saying. YouTuber Danny Aarons announced he was going to become a dad. Although anyone who saw him box knew he couldn't protect his head. For Danny, fatherhood will be a big change. He's still so young, he thinks having turkey teeth makes you Muslim. Inshallah, Danny. Gary Lineker announced he was leaving Match of the Day after a quarter of a century. He was quoted, "After 25 years, I'm looking for a fresh challenge. Like a 17-year-old with big tits." Oh, that's the wrong Lineker.
Whoa!
Oh, Wayne.
Get that anyway, but whoa.
And lastly, another OnlyFans star made headlines after having sex with 122 students in 3 weeks. That's cute, love. But David Cameron managed to fuck all of them when he tripled tuition fees. 50 grand I owe for a comedy degree. £50,000 to stand up here and talk about Prince Andrew fiddling kids. 50 grand for him to bloody hit the drum. He hasn't even graduated. 11 years ago we started.
Student lifestyle, baby.
Yeah, man. More recently, Greg Wallace was accused of making inappropriate comments and sexualised jokes during filming. He responded that no females had complained about him. In fact, the only time he'd heard a woman moan was when he was pumping them from behind. Oh, Greg. The CEO of United Healthcare was shot dead in New York. Silly goose, he should have taken cover. Yeah, it's cheeky that. And lastly, it wasn't just Destiny's Child that Jay-Z ruined, as he was accused of assaulting a 13-year-old with P. Diddy. However, he claimed it was blackmail. Oh, which one, mate? We're trying to catch a paedophile here. Anyway, guys, that has been the roast of 2024. Thank you very much. Good night. Give it up for Max Smith. And give it up to yourselves. Well done, guys. Well done. See you, Max.
Shall I just go down here?
If you want, yeah. It's your catchphrase, you slut.
Okay, that was the rest of 2024 live. The other ones was never live. So far, I saw 2013 one. 2023, sorry. It wasn't live, but that was very good. Thank you guys. Hope you have a lovely day. Deuce.